Hi, and welcome to Transform Stress to Self-Care with Kathleen Robb, the podcast for jumping in imperfectly to a happier, simpler life. I'm your hostess, Kath, writer, speaker, and personal transformation mentor for heart-centered women. Thanks for joining me. Hi, I'm Kath from KathleenRobb.com, and welcome to episode 5 of Transform Stress to Self-Care and day 4 of our Jumpstart Your Happiness 5-day challenge. Now, this is a vital day because we've got this beautiful vision and we've established a little habit in a tiny version of a habit that we want to implement to reach our vision, but now we need to set that habit up for success. So too often when we try and reach a goal, reach a vision, and we implement a new habit, we don't really think about what could go wrong and what's going to sustain that habit through thick and thin. And we make it hard for ourselves. We don't change anything in our environment, and yet we somehow expect a whole new way of behaving to stick. So we're going to change all that today and give our new habit a fighting chance of being a lifelong habit for us. Now, there's 3 main areas where we can really set up a habit for success. The first is to remove an obstacle. So if you think of what gets in the way of that habit and change some of that, remove the obstacle or find a way of dealing with it. If you can't remove it, just think, okay, how will I get around that or how will I deal with it? Secondly, add something in your environment to support the habit. Make it almost inevitable that it happens. And thirdly, if the habit, clear space and time for the habit. So if you need space in your home for it to happen, declutter a few things. Or if you need extra time to make a habit stick, then start cancelling on a couple of things that aren't meeting your vision anymore and clearing up your schedule a little bit. So we create space for our habit. So for example, I decided, this is where a habit goes wrong. I decided this January I'm going to make green smoothies every day. So I've got a blender, I've got the ingredients, I looked up some recipes. Yep, all good. Now, one day I was hungry and I thought, I could do with a snack. I'll go make a green smoothie. I walked into the kitchen. My blender was right at the back of an appliance cupboard. So I would have had to go digging through the appliance cupboard, find the blender, find all the various parts. I hadn't used it in ages. So I'd have to give it a wash, make sure it's still working. Then I'd have to prep all these vegetables. Then I would have to look for that recipe I'd found to see what the green smoothie was, and then make my green smoothie. Now I'm already hungry at this point. Alternatively, I look at the bench and there's some leftover Christmas fudge just sitting right there. So of course I went for the fudge, I'm human. Now, a better way of trying to support my green smoothie habit is to get rid of all the fudge in the house and to set up my blender ready to go and to set up a recipe next to it ready to go. So I can just walk in the kitchen and go for it. So for any little habit, think of how you can get rid of an obstacle, in my case, the fudge. Add support. So set up the blender, have a recipe already there, and clear your schedule or space. So I need to clear the kitchen bench so it doesn't get cluttered when I pop the blender on it. So these are quite simple things, but they're often overlooked and they're really important for the ongoing success of your new habit. So if you've got an exercise habit, get out your yoga mat and your gym clothes and your runners. Or keep them in the car if you want to exercise on the way home from work. Or keep them by the front door, or keep them, by the back door if you want to exercise in your garden. Just think about how this habit's going to happen and how you can support it. Now, there will be a journal page in the show notes and in the Facebook group Sisters with Heart. The conversation continues in the Facebook group, so jump in there, Sisters with Heart. I'd love to see you in there and share with me how you're going to support your new habit. See you in there. If you enjoyed this episode, please leave a review on iTunes and make sure you subscribe. And until next time, take the best of care because you deserve a peaceful mind, a happy heart, and a life you love. Bye.